Hi, I'm Kelli at Pilates Sports Center in Los Angeles, California. And with me today is Miss Natalie. Hi, Natalie. We're going to do a great booty blaster series. Every female I know wants to work their glutes, so we're going to give you a great glute workout. So Natalie is in a seated upright hook lying position. We're going to take a theraband and tie it around her legs just above her knee. You can tie it in a knot or tie it in a bow, whatever works for you. And then once you get the theraband nice and tied, we're going to roll onto our side and go into a nice 90-90 hip-knee angle. Here she is. We're going to stack the pelvis right on top of itself. And when we stack the hips, there's a nice little, we call it a mouse house, right underneath the waistline. When you actually keep this space underneath the waistline, the obliques on the underneath side will activate. We want to keep that engagement while keeping the pelvis nice and stacked. We want to make sure the knees are up at a 90-degree angle. So now I'm going to bring your knees up a skosh. There it is. Perfect. And then everybody wants to work this exercise and let the theraband relax. So one of the keys to this exercise is keeping the theraband engaged the entire time. So we're going to start first with clam. We're going to keep the ankles together and flex the feet and pull the knees apart. So one of the cues I love to give in doing this exercise is to tweeze the sits bones together before you even start to move. So we get this great activation of the glutes as she goes through the entire series. All the while, we're going to watch and make sure that the ribs stay nice and engaged and the core is supporting the action. Great job. Let's go ahead and move on to fire hydrant. So she's going to lift the knee and the foot and keep the leg level and lower and lift, keeping the theraband engaged about 6 to 8 times. All the while continuing to send the hip down, maintaining that gorgeous mouse house under her waist. Great job, Natalie. A couple of more. Last 2. Nice. From here, we're going to go into leg circles, about 6 each direction. We'll come in, up, and around. Yep, there you go. 1. Circling 2. Now, the tendency on this one, because we're bringing the knee higher than 90 degrees, is to collapse in the hip. So the pelvis wants to lift. We're going to fight that, and we're going to keep sending this hip down the opposite direction. And Natalie, go ahead and reverse and go the other way. Great job. Good. In 3. Last 2. And 1 more. Nice work. Now send the leg, we're going to stretch it nice and long. These are leg reaches. And then she's going to draw the leg back into that nice 90-degree angle and stretch the leg back out. A key to this exercise is trying to stay hip level during the entire work. The tendency is to drop below hip level because, of course, the glutes are getting tired. We like that. Last 2. Good. 1 more. Excellent. And take a rest. So we can let the leg drape and hang and stretch right there. We could also take a great figure 4 stretch after this series. So roll onto your backside. Let's slide that theraband off for just a second and kind of reward those glutes after all that great work. Good. She's going to cross one ankle over the opposite knee and bring the leg in towards her chest. Slide your hands behind that leg and hold that stretch right there. If she wants a little more release, she can use her right elbow and press her right elbow into the same side knee. Good. And take a rest. We've got to repeat all that torture on the other side, so let's get busy. Come on up. Good. And you can just literally slide this right up. You got it. All the way up above the knees. Excellent. Come on down to your side. Looking for that perfect 90 degrees of the hip and knee. Bring those knees up a skosh more. Perfect. And then the hip is going to dial down away from the ribs. The mouse house is present, the abdominals are engaged, and those ribs are nice and closed. So from here, we first start with our clam exercise. The feet will flex, engage those sits bones, squeeze the glutes together, and then pull the knees apart, keeping the work in the theraband, keeping the theraband nice and engaged. Last 2. Good. 1 more right there. We'll go ahead and go into fire hydrant. The foot and the knee should be level. Bringing the foot and the knee up, pulling tension onto the band. Great. Good. Last two. This is hard. There's a challenge here to keep the pelvis nice and stacked the entire time. Good. Going into our knee circles, sending the hip down and the knee up and around. Good. Two more this direction. And let's repeat and do 5 the other way. Good. One more. Great job. Now we're going to do the last one, and that's our leg reaches. Sending the leg away, trying to keep that leg hip level. That's the hard part. And then pull the abdominals in as you return the leg. Stretch it out and draw the leg back in. Yep. Are you feeling a nice glute burn there? Yes. Good. We've got one more to go. Excellent. Take a nice rest to let the glutes relax, and you can go ahead and roll onto your backside for your figure 4 stretch. Sliding the theraband off, and then we're going to cross that ankle over the opposite knee, bringing the knee in towards the chest, holding on behind the thigh, behind the leg, behind the knee, and then let the elbow gently press into the same side knee to release that glute. Take a nice deep breath a couple of times. Let that release go. It feels good. One more. And come on down and take a rest. Thanks so much for joining us for your nice intensive glute workout.